Welcome back to another episode of Echoes of Emergence, episode 8, the infinity
Eight.
symbol. Yay.
Yay.
And we're going
Yay.
into Lionsgate on 8/8.
Thank you. I was going to say it.
I'm very proud of us. We are not going to have an episode next week, FYI. So this is going to be your 8 magic episode for Lionsgate as well. So if you don't know much about Lionsgate, you can check out the post in the community section of my YouTube channel. And there's all the information that you need to know about Lionsgate. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at emergehealingandwellness@gmail.com or Google it. All right.
Or Google it.
Or Google it. So Echoes of Emergence, if you have not been here before, I'm Laura Mazzotta. This is Jenna Greengold. And we love to just go nuts with whatever card we pull and what intuitive wisdom comes up, and allow those echoes of your own emergence to come forward within your sensation as to what you're meant to look at, be with, and spend time finding compassion for, forwarding compassion for that come forward for yourself. And today we are working with a card spread from the Healing Waters Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. So the 3 cards we pulled, we did like a different spread today. We have some crystals with us. Jenna has a celestite, and I have my Lemurian quartz, since we're working with Healing Waters. This one just felt intuitively right to pull today. So we pulled a 3-card spread, and the first card is what we need to know as individuals. And what came forward was deep sea diving, way of the mystic, learn through experiencing depths.
I love this.
I'm going to explain them in a minute. I just want to show them first. The second card is what we need to know as a collective, and that is the pink dolphin. Celebration, fun, unbridled joy, and open heart.
I love the artwork in these.
I really like the artwork too. In fact, I sometimes, most of the time, I don't even look at the book because the artwork just speaks for itself, and it has so much energy in it. And then we pulled the third card of, like, what are we being invited to create? Like, what do we need to know about creation as a combination of the collective and the individual? And what came forward was water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. So beautiful spread. And I'm just going to read a little bit. I'm not going to read all of them, but just the notable pieces from each of these. So for the individual, the deep sea diving, this is really about, I'm going to say the most about this one. This is about the fact that the sacred is everywhere and within everything. So every moment is an invitation to deepen the connection within. And this card is really about diving deeply into the unknown within you or around you so that you can have a direct, intimate experience with it. And this card coming up is really the opportunity to say, I'm going to put the books aside. I'm going to put the processes aside. I'm going to put the convention aside. The way of the mystic is much deeper, more experiential and feminine. It requires faith and courage and demands that you disregard external maps and be led from within. So this is really about whether you're in an uncharted space in your life or not. It's about trusting your path, choosing to see the sacred everywhere, and following your internal intelligence, and really kind of chucking the map to the side. Any kind of external markers to the side. So that's that one. The collective card, which is the pink dolphin, is really about opening your heart and mind to new experiences and taking time off from the monotony of everyday life and release attachment to outcome. This card is really about releasing attachment to outcome. So as a collective, we're being asked to kind of soften and open the heart, welcome in more joy, prioritize play, because when we do that, we allow ourselves to receive more. We release pressures and stress that we're carrying and switch off. And when we do that, the 2 hemispheres of the brain can make connections, and solutions that we previously couldn't see come flowing in. So it's kind of like a softening and a lightening, which feels really beautiful for the collective. And then this final card is water codes. And this one is about what are we being invited in, or what do we need to know about creation as an individual and collective. And this is really about the concept of the fact that water holds codes. You know, I don't know how many of you have seen Dr. Emoto's research on water, and how when he would expose water droplets to deprecating mantras then the crystals would form in a certain formation. And when he would speak to them with positive affirmations, they would form a different crystalline formation. And so it's recognizing the intelligence that water naturally holds. And what they're bringing forward with this card is you can connect with water consciousness and unlock lost wisdom. And the reason that this is so cool as this creation piece around the individual and the collective is that not only is our planet mostly water, but so are our bodies, right? And so we get to kind of extract what they say is lost wisdom from our ancient ancestors that is held within nature, within the waters, that when we claim ourselves as ready to unlock the wisdom within, unlock the wisdom around us in the natural world and in our history, then we're able to come to a different intimacy with the intelligence that comes up from within us. And that's really being informed by our planet and collective consciousness. And I like these mantras because I'm ready to unlock the lost wisdom within the waters of the world. I'm ready to unlock the lost wisdom within the waters of myself. I'm ready to remember and to be led. So what about this spread feels alive for you right now?
God, so much just came up at once with each one of those. The first one specifically, I was feeling like allowing sensation. So because we have to really experience sensation and dive into sensation in order to transcend it. And in order to learn from it, is to just be in communion with sensation.
Which is cool.
Think,
oh, go ahead.
No, go.
That's cool too, because that's what came forward in our channeling circle today in my membership, where one of the members channeled Mother Mary, I believe, talking about that we're being invited into to turn toward the fearful places, right? And I think that was something that came through my channeling in there too, which was like this enrichment and the nourishment of what's already fertile within us. You know, that we don't have to search for it. We just need to be in that connection with sensation, like you're talking about, and turn towards the sensation and the richness that's in it. And that richness doesn't have to come forward in terms of conscious understanding.
Yeah. And a lot of the time it doesn't.
Right. Yeah. And I like this because they talk about the mystic learns through merging with life. I think that's part of it too, is just live and be present in your experience, because as you do so, you'll know where you're being invited and your sensations will be heightened because you're present with them.
And you'll deeply integrate your experience as a witness and an observer. Instead of being, I don't know, bound to what you are seeing. Instead of becoming what you're seeing, you're able to witness it in sensation and watch it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, not through like a cognitive assessment of what you're experiencing.
Exactly. And then attaching to it.
Yeah. I like that a lot. It's really about that enhanced presence and discernment within yourself and what comes forward within you. And then the second card was the pink dolphin for the collective, which is this releasing attachment to outcome, celebration, fun, open heart, releasing pressures and stress. What comes forward for you around that one?
That outcome is pressure. Because when we attach to outcome, we inadvertently direct our energy toward it. And it kind of stifles us in a way to receive of anything else. And then we feel that pressure to become whatever the outcome would be, to become something to achieve the outcome.
Yeah, that's as you're talking about that, it's kind of reminding me of that concept of enjoy the process. Find joy and appreciation in the process of the unfolding, and not just what you're looking to get or what you're hoping or expecting to receive. Yeah, because it's in
Yeah,
the being. It's actually goes right along with that previous card, right? Like in the presence of being in life.
exactly. It's like each card is evolving a little bit.
Mm.
And that's why I really like this spread.
I know, me too. I was like, this is a pleasant experience today. Um,
Mhm.
and our last one is creation around the water codes. Unlocking
Yeah.
lost wisdom within the waters of the world, within the waters of myself, ready to remember and be led.
Mhm. And I like what you said there about um, that study,
Mm.
because then it makes you think how easily you can affect yourself,
Oh.
how easily you can create.
Mm.
I mean, especially for how much did you say the human is water?
I mean, really, don't ask me these questions.
Okay,
70%?
so everybody Google it, and then that much.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's so easy to create, and we always think that it's something that we have to do with our energy, and it just has so much to do with intention and how
Yes.
we speak and treat ourselves, because we are source.
And our planet and those around us.
Mhm.
And remembering that, it's interesting because it's this practice of really remembering what connects all of us and what comes forward is love, is
Yeah.
divine love. And to really soften and open the heart, like the collective card, into that, to allow this natural wisdom
Hmm.
to come forward and to, I think it's to really release resistance, right?
Yes.
To what naturally is, what's already there, what's already
Hmm.
present. These codes already exist within us, and they exist within our planet. And
Hmm.
so between the concept of presence and the concept of softening with the previous two cards, it allows these codes to just kind of rise to the surface. Even when we're thinking about water,
Hmm.
it's like the more buoyant you are, it's like, yeah, I
Mm,
get to just kind of like float here and allow these codes to just infuse
yeah. A
into me.
rising tide lifts all ships.
Oh, look at you.
Isn't that cute?
A rising tide lifts all ships. Exactly. Exactly. And it's like that,
Yeah.
letting that natural ebb and flow
Hmm.
elevate your perspective,
Hmm.
you
Lean
know?
into the resistance to
Yeah.
allow the sensation.
And like you were talking about intention,
Hmm.
also decide that you're ready. Like
Yeah.
decide that you're ready to receive what is available to you, what's coming to you, what's right there in your field
Mm,
as well.
yeah.
You said something earlier today around creation that I thought was really cool. And it was that creation is a recognition,
Hmm.
because it already is. Creation is simply a recognition.
Hmm. That everything you could possibly create is already there. We just have to pull it into us. And not pull in like an energetic sense. I don't mean it like that because that word can be
You
abrasive.
know, I was going to go off on that.
I know, I saw it in your face. I saw it. I don't mean it like that. Uh, I just mean that it's all available to us and we can call it into us at any time.
Yeah. And just be an awareness of its arrival and of its presence,
Mm. Mhm.
right? And with that recognition, it's almost like when I notice a pattern or something within me, and I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing, or oh, that's the dynamic that was going on under the surface, right? As soon
Yeah.
as I have the awareness, it's done.
Hmm.
And so it
Yeah.
kind of feels that way with the creation piece too. It's like when you
Yeah.
can recognize that creation already is, it's already
Hmm.
done, it's already there. As we heighten our awareness of what's available to us and what's present in our field, as we increase our presence with
Hmm.
the sensation, like you were talking about, with the softening, like the card was talking about, then it's done. Because as soon as that awareness comes in, it's like, oh, that's right there. That's available to me. Now that it's in my awareness, it's like done, catalyzed. It's already in motion.
And to that, I would also want to say, don't be afraid of your creation, because you don't have to accept everything you create. It's all available to you. You can choose.
Mm.
So you can't be like, oh my God, look at what I'm creating, and like freak out and say,
Mhm.
what if I don't want that? It doesn't matter. You don't have to want it, but look at what you can have.
See, that's so cool. And what a nice transition into what I channeled last night for our class tomorrow night.
Yeah,
For the
which was really
Convicted
good.
Masterclass at this time you're listening,
Hmm.
it's tomorrow night. By the
Hmm.
time you guys see this, it will be tonight. But yeah, it's we literally I channeled this sequence of basically exactly how to do that, to be able to come into very clear discernment about like what is a stretching of your edge and what that's really meant to be expansion, because you still might freak out at some creation that is expansion that you're still meant to follow, right? So it's like finding that line between what you're meant to follow and what you're meant to just kind of allow to move through the field and clarify what you are and aren't available for.
Yeah, and then in the sense of like meant to follow,
Mm,
I'm also thinking like, don't worry if you feel like you're gonna miss it, because it's always there.
mm, mhm.
Like it may be a boundary for you right now. And then as you open and expand and whatever, it's gonna come right back around. You can say, oh, okay, I'm available for this now. Or I can stretch into this in a specific way that I wasn't, wanting to stretch into it before.
I like that. And that comes along the lines of that like preparing concept that we talked about earlier today and in the
Mhm.
channeling circle in my membership, right? Around like
Yeah.
that you're being prepared, but it's really just about allowing the richest parts of you to come forward.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, now I'm at the point where I do see more of myself. I see enough of myself to know that that I'm ready for this.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah, sometimes it's not a no, sometimes it's just a no right now.
Hmm. Exactly.
Super cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we are going to drop the link to Convicted, which is our masterclass that we're holding on Thursday, August 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Mhm.
And if you can't make it live, there will be a replay, but we'll put that in the show notes description and you can read all about it. And if you have questions, just reach out, send me a message. Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
All right, bye, friends.